children of all ages. Act like you know. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 This is how you start a fresh rap with a new track. Put your seatbelts on, prepare for the impact. In fact, I did that with less than a six-pack. But don't drink and drive, cause it's easy to sense that. The beat a crash dummy, don't smile, ain't nothing funny. Learned a long time ago, you catch more bees with honey. My flow is like vinegar, ooh, that's nasty. I'm a goalie in the streets, ain't nothing her getting past me. Chemicals and acid in my pen when I write it. Let it seep into your ears, brain, skin, don't fight it. Relax yourself, let your conscience be free. I gave you the medicine, don't blame your stress on me. I kill a rapper on TV for the loot if you let me. Look at her, I'm a savage with a style so heavy. D, look at me, fresh as I can be. Casket clean, always draped up to the T. Oh, it's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 I'm your captain now. It's going down. It's going down.
All right. We are here. It is finally the season. Jesus on the mound, familiar with him maybe from his time at in Kielm last year. 30 games last year, 171.1 innings, 13 and 11 on the season, 368 ERA, 178 strikeouts. In his games against Hanwha, he pitched fairly well. 5 games, he was 2-1 with a 3.0 ERA. Yeah, she's a little long. Eh. So he did give up 5 home runs against Hanwha. But he had one of his best as far as batting average against at only 219 against Hanwha. So it'll be interesting to see, can he do it? And again, he is now going to be playing in KT, which is a kind of a bigger park, so to speak. So second in the league in strikeouts, fourth in the league in strikeouts per inning, and then he was 5th in the league with his ball versus strikeout versus walk rate. So one of the best pitchers in the league. I think he was 7th in the league in terms of WAR. Again, I don't know why Kielm didn't keep him, but they didn't, and so now he's starting game 1 for Hanwha, or for KT against Hanwha. So Kim Tae-yeon will lead things off for Hanwha. They're in their new navy blue. Good Lord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not 8. 9 patches on that uniform. Welcome back, Boosted. 9 patches on the front of the uniform. And the first pitch is underway, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a ball, which is exactly what Hanwha was hoping for. So we'll see. 291 last year for Kim Tae-yeon. He's in left field today. Was in right most of the last year as he looks at strike 1, making it 1-1 there. So 291. They tried to throw every other player out there. Again, he should have been the leadoff hitter last year towards the end of the season, but ended up not for some reason. We know what the reason is. But they've come to their senses and have finally put him back up at the top of the order. We'll see how he does on the season like that, as that's way outside and it's 2-2. So again, Kim Tae-yeon, in the spring, he didn't get a lot of starts until the end of the spring. They were trying Lee Jin-young, they were trying Kwon Kwang-min, they were trying Im Jong-cha, they were trying Chae In-sung. They were trying basically every single person out there except for him, and he's now looked at ball 3, and it's 3-2. First at bat of the season, and a first less than. Whoo! I don't know about that. And the 3-2, and that's fouled straight back. 151 on the gun, but 151 is absolutely nothing because it's 3-2 still. Hanwha fans in attendance at this game sold out easily. That might be a decent. So the 3-2 pitch, and that's going to be grounded foul. Yeah, I don't know if I would have taken. I don't know if I would take either one of those. Because you have Kang Baek Ho, you have Rojas behind him. So if he gets on, he's going to score. As Kim Tae-yeon lifts that one to center fielder Bae Jung-dae under it, and we've got one away. All right, that's going to bring up Mr. Clutch himself, Moon Hyun Bin. The one thing for the Florial is he is lefty versus lefty, so we'll see how that works. But with Kang Baek Ho, he's got Ponce on the mound, who is a righty. So, all right, Moon Hyun Bin steps in. Today's DH. He's changed numbers, and that's going to be a first pitch swinging to the first baseman. Jesus over, steps on the bag, and that's 2 away. A first pitch grounder. First baseman takes it, covers, and that will be 2 away. Yeah. I still think that Hanwha is a right fielder short or an outfielder short of a solid playoff team. I still think they have a lot of Kim Tae-yeon has been doing well for them, but I just the last outfield spot is their weakness. All right, so that's going to bring up Mr. Florial himself. First at bat as a Hanwha Eagle, and he looks at ball one. I guess technically not his first at bat, but yeah, I still don't understand why Chan Ho is in and left and Kim Tae-yeon is in right. I know they want to get Im Chang Cho. They want him to be the player, but he really hasn't shown that he is. Florial fouls that one away, and it's 1-1 now. Yeah, he hasn't shown that he is the guy. So Florial did not play really well in the MLB. He was a very highly regarded prospect, but from everything that I've heard and read about him is a lot of the, just a sec here, is that catches the bottom of the zone. A lot of the Yankee fans say that he was rushed during the Corona season, the 2020 season, and it really hurt his development. So we'll see. Obviously, Hanwha had to go out and get a center fielder because they haven't had one since Talkman left. As he fouls that away and it stays alive at 1-2. That pitch was way up in the zone at 151. Oh, Florial again from the Yankees moved around a little bit. They're hoping that he is going to be a 2020 guy. And the 1-2 pitch, that's upstairs, and it's 2-2. So we'll see. Obviously he has to produce. They have to get fantastic production from all 3 of their foreigners. Last year, I believe they were 9th in the league in production from foreigners. As that's going to be a ground ball back to Jesus. He drops it, tosses it to first in time, and that's going to go down as a 1-3, and that will end the top of the first for Hanwha. They go 1-2-3, and we will go to the bottom of the first. Oh, no hits, no runners, and they did hit the ball out of the infield, so that's always a plus. Yeah, they all sound better live, of course, but let's see, gets my other stuff ready. All right, so KT Wiz lineup, the top of the order, the top 4 guys are gonna be, I think, gonna be an issue. Kang Bae Ko DHing. Rojas obviously was second in the league, basically, with his very high WAR. And then Hog Young Min, who took over at third base was a Doosan third baseman, took over in free agency. A huge upgrade there. Then in the fourth, Kim Min Hyuk, who has been up at the top of the lineup up until this past year. So they have some good top of the lineup. They are very top heavy. Then they have their catcher that's, despite how you feel about everything he ever does, yeah. But Ponce getting the start. Ponce, I think I spelled his name wrong. Ponce. So yeah, I was actually surprised. So I think there's a kind of a hidden reason for that. One is that Ryu Hyun-jin did not play well against KT last year. As that first pitch is in there for strike, he did not play well against KT last year, and also Ryu Hyun-jin's birthday is on Tuesday. So he could easily start on Tuesday, as Kang Bae Ko is going to drop that one into left field over the third baseman. He's rounding first. He's going to easily cruise into second base. And Boosted, you might want to cancel that bet, buddy. Might want to cancel that bet, sir. A leadoff double here. I told you, man, I was not the... Like I could have followed the Florio under, but the Kang Bae Ko under, yeah. All right. No. A leadoff double, and that's going to bring up a Rojas, and that's in there for a strike. Beautiful curve at 127. Baseball is back. Yes. Finally. Kang Bae Ko running hard out of the box. That's going to be a swing and a miss, and that's strike two. 329 last year, 32 home runs, 989 OPS. He is a strikeout guy, though. He had 115 strikeouts last year, so definitely a guy that you can get struck. You can strike him out. But that's going to be a grounder. The second baseman, An Cheong, scoops it up, throws over to first. That's going to be one away, but they have moved Kang Bae Ko 90 feet forward, and he is now on third base with only one out, and Hog Young Min steps in. Productive outs. Rojas wearing the purple and mint, I'm going to say grape and mint Bruce Bolts. Boosted, I told you that was not the best. All right, Hog Young Min steps in. Welcome back, man. How is the Colorado life? All right, first pitch catches the outside, and it's 0-1 now. We could never forget you, man. All right. Well, did you eat the money? All right, to the first, that's going to be a ground ball and foul as Kang Bae Ko drops down to a knee, and it's 0-2 now. It's all those DoorDash fries, man. Dude just hit his wife in the head. All right, so the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss in the dirt, and that's going to be a strikeout. His first strikeout of the day, his first strikeout of his KBO career. And not only that, but the runner's still stuck at third. Hog Min is not a guy that strikes out a lot either. Hog Min last year, where's my charts? Where's my numbers? 25 strikeouts on the season last year. They made two expensive offseason moves. I guess I thought, yeah. So I guess it was Ponce, and I guess it's Ponce, as that is. I'm gonna have to say his name like that every single time now. Ponce. Apparently, with a name like Ponce, he is, and that's gonna score a run and boosted his broke. A RBI single from Kim Min Hyuk, and it is already 1-0. Hopefully it was like 12 cents. All right. We've got first pitch swing and a miss from Jang Sang-woo. The again, Kim Min Hyuk batting down in the cleanup spot is a move. All right, the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a lifted foul and 2. I know you're just screwing around there. Nobody bets on Kim. I am excited about the first ever Ryuhun Jin versus Puig matchup, though. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up way outside. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Throw it way outside. Just catches the outside corner as it tailed back in. And that will be strikeout number 2 for Ponce. But not before KT scores. And it's 1-0 KT as Hanwha continues their absolute inability to ever win an opening day game. You talk the cat? Oh, Puig. Oh, Puig is definitely put on some KGs or LBs or whatever you want to call them. Really, Barnes struggling in his opening day start. Wow. What's up, Anti? Kiwi, you just need to. I know Soup now lets you stream all 5 games at once, apparently, is what I saw Kurtz is saying. All right, so No Shiwan will lead things off for Hanwha here in the top of the second. Hanwha 1, 2, 3 in the first. KT, on the other hand, first pitch or first at bat was a double who came around to score. Yeah, I saw he's in the minors. So all right, so No Shiwan, first pitch pops that one, but foul, and it's 0-1. So Jesus, 15 pitches in that first inning. For those of you wondering, I've got the pitch counts up there now. I can't always keep quite up with it, but pitch counts. who's up to bats will be designated with a baseball bat, and then also have who's on what base once someone finally gets on base. Is that's 0-2 now. No one wants to go to the Rockies. Little replay is No Shiwan is 2 of the 5 home runs against Jesus last year, and that's not going to be it. As that's 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Jesus gets his first strikeout of the season. That'll bring up El Capitan Cheon Song. Loaded with what? All right, here comes the first pitch. Back to Jesus. He catches it. Underhand toss to first, and that is 5 up, 5 down. 4 pitches this inning, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 outs. That's going to bring up An Chi Hong. If do you live outside the U.S.? If you live outside the U.S., go to souplive.com and you can stream. You can't watch it with a VPN in Korea. If you're outside of Korea, you don't need a VPN. All right, here comes the pitch, and that is at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Yeah, souplive.com, SOOPLIVE.com, and you can watch all 5 games. And the 0-1 fouled away, and it's 0-2. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pitch number 22 for Jesus, and that's going to be a ground ball right at Hog Young Min. He bounces off of it, recovers, throws across the diamond. And that'll be it for Hanwha on the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0. KT. Quick inning for Jesus. 7 pitches. Hanwha 0 for 6 so far today. Yeah. Excellent question. Wow. How many pitches did he throw? Chirinos throws 9 pitches in his first inning. Barnes throws 25. Who did he give up a home run to? Moon Bo-kyung. Moon Bo-kyung finally broke out last year, kind of finally hit the 20 home run mark. All right, so we be back, ladies and gentlemen. So, Moonsong Chol will step up to bat. I know, he was ready. All right, here comes the first pitch. And outside, ball 1. I think they make the playoffs, Jenna. You can retract that message all you want. All right, the 1-0 pitch, and outside again, ball 2. Looks like it feels like he's overthrown at this point. All right, the 2-1 pitch coming up. What's up, Chills? I feel like I need to back my camera up so everybody can see my sweet KT Wiz uniform, as that is fouled back and it's 2-2 now. That's right. Oh, other side. Charlie, you got Snoopy, the Charlie Brown sleeves, and the KT Wiz today. I'm going to be rocking all kinds of uniforms this year. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. I am an anti-Hanwha fan, as that's low in ball 3, running the counts full. Yeah, I retired from Hanwha fanship as that is going to be ball 4, and he walks him. Yeah, I didn't get a season ticket this year. I'll be streaming 90% or so of the games, 95% of the games this year. That's why you guys get to pick which games I stream this year. All right, Chun Sung Ho steps in, and that's ball 1 outside. Ponce has been struggling with his command here. We'll see. Do they? Well, thank you. Hopefully, everyone has a reason. All right, the 1-0 pitch coming up. Maybe not. So, Chun Sung Ho, 295 last year, 75 games, 41 runs, 17 RBIs. And that's going to be fouled away as he was on his way, and it's 1-1. So on first, Moonsong Chol. If you're wondering, if you have any questions, he did steal 6 bases, 6 for 7 last year. They're all right. I got a new class, obviously. But yeah, I got some little ones, teaching some 3-year-olds now. It's always interesting. All right. And that's fouled away as he was on the run again. Ponce is not paying much attention over it. Moonsong Chol is already on second. How did he get to second? What did I miss? How did he get on second? What is going on? Why is it a 1-0 count? I'm so confused at what's going on right now. So now it's 2-0, and Ponce. So I've been counting these pitches, but they're not actually pitches. Yeah, but it should be a ball or a strike, not like I'm not sure. I don't know how Moonsong Chol got to second base, and I don't know why Ponce has only thrown 21 pitches. Oh, it was a balk. As that runs inside, and it's now 3-0. Okay, so there we go. I guess I got that now. It was a balk, which is why I had too many pitches and why there were no strikes. So 3-0 counts now. He's already walked 1 this inning, and that does catch the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1 now. No, he should have kept. He should have just been Ponce instead of Ponce. Everybody knows the French can't play baseball. All right, here comes the 3-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. Shortstop over behind second base, grabs it, throws, but once again, another productive out as the runner will move over to third base on the 6-3 ground out. So once again, they've got one out and a runner on third. Ponce tried to backhand it. Shin Woo-jun made a good play, good break up the middle. And fielded it kind of right behind the bag. And that's going to bring up Bae-jung Dae. Bae-jung Dae, the center fielder. And that catches inside, and it's 0-1. Righty. And the 0-1 pitch sets up inside, but throws it way down, and it's 1-1. Even the announcers keep calling him Ponce. Ponce. All right, the 1-1 pitch. We do have 1 out and not 0 outs. There we go. And that's going to be a ground ball, but foul. Very, very similar to the first inning. A walk and then a double, or a double in the first inning, a walk and a balk in the second. 4-3 ground out and a 6-3 ground out. Hog Young-min struck out. And here you've got, after almost hitting the runner on third with a foul ball, and right there you've got to almost hit the runner on third with a foul ball, and that is fouled into the KT section, and it stays 2-1. And the 1-2, that's going to be lifted. Im Jong-chan is going back, grabs it. The throw is going to come home, and not in time, as the throw was a little long, and he had to jump back, and he slid up the first base side and is in there as the sacrifice fly brings a run in, and it's now 2-0. They are going to review this. It to me, it looked like he did get in there. Again, the throw was a little long, so Choi Jae-hoon had to catch it on the third base side of home, and then grabbed it and reached back across, but he would be safe for blocking the plate anyway. Yeah, he's blocking the plate. Safe. Got his hand underneath the old nutmeg. Good throw. Honestly, good throw by Im Jong-chan. A little long on the throw. A little bit better of throw would have gotten him. And Hanwha continues their last season performance with more failed video replays. It doesn't help when your manager has been managing baseball since before the TV was invented. And that's low. Ball 1. And inside, 2-0. Ponce is really, really struggling with some command here. And the 2-0 misses in short and low. It's 3-0. I wish I spoke French so every time he threw the ball, I could say something. So Kim Sang-soo steps in, 276, 4 home runs last year. He's taken over at shortstop as their shortstop departed for Hanwha, as that's in there for a strike. A little give me over fastball, and it's 3-1 now. And the pitch, that's foul away, and we've got ourselves another full count. Started this inning with a full count and a walk, a balk, and a sacrifice. Sounds good. All right, the 3-2, and that's going to be slash past the diving Chan Song, and they've got another runner on board as the number 9 hitter comes through with a 2-out single, and KT is, yeah, they're KT and Hanwha. Little inside out, goes with the outside pitch under the diving glove of Chan Sung. And Jesus has got to be loving this as the pitching coach is already making his way out onto the mound. As that's all right, here we go. Ponce, 35 pitches already and checks over at first. That is not a good pickoff move, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a good pickoff move. All right, here it comes, it comes. And that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Kong Bae Ko, double and a run scored in his first at-bats. He is the current game-winning run. And the 0-1 pitch. And chopped foul, and it's 0-2. Da, 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 da. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be slapped foul. Interesting to see. Most of the people behind the KT home plate are Hanwha fans. As Kim Sang-soo was off on that pitch. Kim Sang-soo did have 4 stolen bases in 7 attempts last year, as that is weights on it, and those Hanwha fans behind home plate just gonna have to make a trip home to check the old underpants. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Once again, Ponce, pitch number 40 of, nope, not yet, as he shows us his D move over to first base. And a swing into the tip, into the glove, and that will be strikeout number 3 for Ponce, but not before he gives up another run, and we'll go to the 3rd inning. It's 2-0 KT. This is not looking good for old Hanwha. Not looking good for the old Hanwha Eagles. Ponce already at 40 pitches. 27 that inning there. Yeah, but the difference is just people want to play in Busan. People don't want to come play for Hanwha. I guess now that they got a new stadium, maybe they'll want. Yeah, right. Well, Ponce, 27 pitches in that inning. De Jesus has thrown 22 pitches so far total. Elsewhere around the league, LG's up 3-0 and threatening again as they've got runners on first and second with only 1 out. Kia up 1-0. SSG up 3-0. That is a game that I'm actually kind of surprised about. A little birthday message there from Jesus to his wife, I guess. It's his wife's birthday. All right, Im Jong Chan steps in and first pitch fouls that away. A pitch right down the middle, and it's 0-1. Get rid of Kang Bae Ko and bring up, wrong button. Im Jong Chan. 158 last year. Did have 9 hits. Did have a walk-off hit in the first home game of the season, and that's swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. This is the thing. I'm not sure why he's starting. 158 last year. He'll have 2 or 3 good games, and then the rest is a bad season. As that's a 153 fastball, but fouled away, and it stays 0-2. Yongchan. No, they believe he was a former first-round pick that has just never put it together. He's a good defender. Sorry, third-round pick. And looks at strike 1 on the outside, and he continues what he's been doing since he came up, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is striking out. Seven up, 7 down for Jesus in his opening day start. That's going to bring up the wall himself, JJ Hoon. And did he get him? Just missed him on the inside, and it's 0-1. JJ Hoon, 257 last year, 72 hits, did hit 4 home runs, dropped, I think they said 13 kilograms, and that is a strike, and it's 0-2. It's 1-2. And the 1-1 catches the outside, and it's 1-2. Jesus is not playing around. There's no nibbling around the outsides. It's coming at him. As that one misses way, way outside. Set up down and in, and he ended up throwing it up and out. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Out number 2. And that's going to bring up Shimu Jun, the former KT Wiz shortstop, getting his first at-bats facing his former team. Hanwha way, way overpaid for him over in the offseason. Not really sure why they signed him, honestly. I don't think anybody knows why they signed him. I don't think he knows why Hanwha signed him. As that's just misses outside. They've got already have three middle infielders with a fourth on their way coming back from military duty in June. And the 1-0 pitch, he fakes the bunt, and it's ball two. And the 2-0, and that misses outside. It's 3-0. Is he going to get walked in his first at bat against his old team? Is he going to be the first base runner for Hanwha on the young season? And he is, as he walks on 4 straight pitches, and Hanwha's got their first base runner of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why they want him at the top of the lineup for that one walk. All right, Kim Tae-yeon steps in. He flew out to center field in his first at-bats. Again, he did have the number one, the first ever home run in the new stadium. Last year against KT, he did have 1 home run as he swings at strike one, and it's 0-1. So Shimu Jun can steal a base. That's one of the reasons why that they said that he was signed, is so that he could steal some bases. I think he had 7 stolen bases last year, 7 stolen bases in 8 attempts, as that's fouled into his foot, and it's 0-2. Oh, against KT last year, Kim Tae-yeon, wasn't great, but wasn't awful. 315, 17 hits, 1 home run, 11 runs scored, 8 RBIs. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that checks over on Shimu Jun over at first. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And that is crushed. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's the home run that Nick was talking about, and it's foul. Nope. Home run? What? Why is he? Why? He's just now touching first. I don't know what it is. I don't. It looked like he was fair but he is just now standing on first base. I think it missed. I think it hooked foul. He thinks it hooked foul. No. Foul. And it is not 2-0. I thought you called it. He knows it's a foul. 네, 김태현 결혼했어요. What's taking so long? Why are we still reviewing this? What is the deal? Why did that take so long? Like why did that take why did that take 2 minutes? Why did that take 2 minutes? Like, oh, right there, you see the foul ball, you see the ball in front of the pole, it's foul. Like even Kim Tae-hyun was like, hey, it's foul. All right, well, we will have another pitch. He goes, it's outside, and Shimu Jun will have his first stolen base on a ball. Runner on second now. Kim Tae-hyun gonna have a 1-2 count. All right, the 1-2 in the dirt. Again, KT's backstop is the worst backstop in the league in terms of throwing runners out. So Hanwha, though, was the worst team in terms of running last year. They were thrown out on the base pass 35%. The next closest was thrown out 25%. Oh, here comes the 2-2 pitch. And pops it up, but it's going to get away, and it stays 2-2. Nick, don't forget about your big Tuesday night's national TV debut. All right, Kim Tae-hyun, the 2-2 count, 2 on, a runner on second, and it's outside, and another full count for Kim Tae-hyun. Kim Tae-hyun, full count in his first at bats. He's got himself another full count here. Da Moonwha TV. It depends on what cable provider you have. All right, Kim Tae-hyun, the 3-2 pitch, and fouls that away, and it stays 3-2. Kim Tae-hyun is 2 at bats at the top of this lineup, 2 foul ball or 2 full counts. That's exactly what you want from a leadoff hitter. Now that he's finally getting his chance. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And fouls it off again. I need a masseuse. All right, the 3-2 pitch. Runner on second is number 2. And that is popped up. That's going to be trouble. The shortstop going back, not able to catch it. And that's going to be 1 run in as Kim Tae-hyun is going to have himself a 2-out RBI single. And it cuts the lead 2-1 as he comes up big from the leadoff spots. Once again, this is the guy that should have been at the top of the lineup last year, all year, but wasn't. All right, we've got a 1-2 game or 2-1 game. Runner on first is Kim Tae-hyun. Mr. Moon Hyun Bin, first pitch swings and fouls that away, and it's 0-1. Maybe. All right, the 0-1 pitch. And that's right down the middle, 0-2. The no-hitters are gone. The shutouts gone. Thanks to Mr. Kim Tae-yeon. Nick, you order your Kim Tae-yeon uniform yet? All right, the 0-2 pitch. Sets up way, way up in the zone, and he swings over his head to swing and miss as strikeouts number 3 of the inning. But Hanwha gets one back on a walk, a stolen base, and a RBI single from Kim Tae-yeon, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-1 KT. Rough inning there. Yeah, but you got to just get the replica, I assume. "26 pitches there in that inning for Jesus after he had to sit for so long. Yeah, I would never buy a Spider uniform. I mean, the replicas apparently have better quality than the regular ones. This is a obviously this is a collab, so not quite a replica, but yeah, the I would say the stadium's probably 70% Hanwha fans, maybe 75. It definitely is, unless they're playing in Lotte, unless they're playing in Busan, Daegu, Gwangju, or Jamshil. It's going to be mostly Hanwha fans. Oh no, the buttons aren't working anymore. All right. Oh, leading things off is going to be Mr. Rojas in solid. Now, I mean, if you look at the game, half of the people behind home plate are Hanwha fans, as that's in there for a strike. Or sorry, ball, not a strike. Yeah, so most of these teams have what they call, like Hanwha calls it the early bird. So you pay for a pass and you can you can reserve tickets like the day before everyone else. And a lot of the teams have really good packages. Like KT has a pretty good package, as that's in there for a strike at the bottom of zone, where I think you get a uniform and you can get up to like 4 tickets. So a lot of away fans and a lot of Seoul or Suwon, where KT is really close to Seoul. So a lot of Seoul fans will head to the games, as that one is into the stands, the Hanwha stands there. So a lot of Hanwha fans that live in Seoul will buy the package deals for LG and SSG and all of these other teams. And that is low. 2-2 now. But yeah, it's always the away side is usually, the away team. But with Hanwha, they're going to fill out a lot of behind home plates and in the outfields too. So the 2-2 pitch, and he rolls over it, and it's foul. The ball boy can't quite make a play over there. So Rojas looking at attempting to take over the career RBI lead, as he is 70 below Davis, who used to play for Hanwha. No problem. And that's going to be a slow roller to An Chi-hong, picks it up, throws over to first, and 1 away. Yeah, KT, NC, and Kium have pretty low fan bases because they're newer teams. As that's a strike in there, and it's 0-1. Hogyamin 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in his first at bat. He is the first K up there, and the 0-1 is way low, and it's 1-1. Ponce. All right, so the 1-1. And that's going to be ripped into the outfield, and a 1-out single from the number 3 hitter. And once again, KT's got runners on base. First time that Hanwha's retired the leadoff batter, though, so that's always a plus, right? Looks like KT cheerleaders are up in the third deck there, or second deck, not the regular cheer section. Hanwha used to have cheerleaders do that, go up into the second deck. All right. Here comes Kim Min-hyuk. He has a RBI single in the first inning and looks at ball 1 there. So currently the game winner from Kim Min-hyuk. And here comes the 1-0 pitch, and fouls that one back. 1-1 now on should have been ball 2, and he knew it too. So RBIs so far from Kim Min-hyuk, Bae Jung-dae, and Kim Tae-hyun. So basically the outfield is doing all the work today. As that's a beautiful pitch on the outside, froze him, and it's 1-2 now. All right, once again, the 1-2 pitch goes way up, but he doesn't chase that one, and it's 2-2 now. Changes eyes again. Now see if they go off speed down and away. And there they go outside. Off speed. Nope, not off speed. 154 as he just slaps it away. You're going to have to get some more rosin, I guess. Way late on that. It'll reset. Hopefully you get something else, a little bit more to his liking, I guess, is, well, we've got not quite back to the lineup or the batter's box yet. All right. Yeah, to get some more sticky stuff. I think Kim Min-hyuk might be the most tatted guy in the league. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Way up high again. He swings and fouls it away. Stays 2-2. He got a big old chest tattoo. It doesn't look like he wears an undershirt under his uniform. Maybe he does, but you can definitely see the old tattoo poking out from behind the chest, as that's going to be a slapped right up the left side past the diving Noshiwan, and they've got back-to-back singles and his second hit of the day. And we've got runners on first and second with 1 out. Yeah, I think Park Byung-ho has quite a few tattoos also. But yeah, I think he's definitely one of the top tatted guys in the KBO. So once again, double and a single in the first inning, a walk and a single in the second inning, 2 singles here in the third inning, and Ponce is already at 57 pitches and only 1 out. So they're obviously going to look to turn 2. They got a absolute speedster at the at the plate, and Jang Sung-woo, as he looks at a ball right down the middle, and it's 0-1. Jang Sung-woo struck out looking in his first at-bats. He is the beautiful backwards K up there at the top of your screen if you're in the horizontal loveliness. And that runs inside, almost hit him, as that's 1-1 now. Looks like they're going to have a little... Nope. All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. And just catches the outside. And 1-2. I think the most notable, if you're familiar with the Tampa Bay Rays, Yoni Chirinos played for Tampa Bay. I would say he's the next biggest name, as that's going to be a slow grounder. And oh, never mind. I thought he chopped it, but apparently he missed, and that's a strikeout. Number 2 for him on the day. Number 4 for Ponce on the day. Yeah, I would say, yeah, he's probably, I would say, definitely the most notable. Other than that, I don't know how close you follow the MLB, but Jake Cave, he is with LG. So him and Hernandez are at LG with Austin Dean. All right. Apparently, that's the one warning for Ponce. Jake Cave joined Doosan. Yoni Chirinos joined LG. He's actually started for LG today for opening day. Those are the only 2 guys with some actual, I would say, major league time. All the guys have some major league time, as that is going to be lifted into right field. Im Jong-chan coming up under it, and that'll be 3 away. We'll go to the 4th inning. It's 2-1 KT. Yeah, there's no one else that really has any big major league experience. Trying to think of, obviously Hanwha signed Estevan Florial, who was with the Yankees for a little bit, but yeah, nobody else really spends that much time with in the MLB that I know of, that I looked at. Lots of new arms in the league, though. Lots of new arms. Oh God, this commercial is awful. I want to punch whoever made this commercial. I absolutely cannot stand these type of commercials. They literally have mics like right next to these people's mouths while they're eating. And it drives me absolutely nuts. All right. Oh, Jesus back out there as KT strands 2 more. They've stranded 4 on the bases already. Once with another 23 pitches in that inning. All right. So Florial will make his way up. His second at bat, he grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat, and it's 0-1 as he fouls that off. So I don't know why they still have Ponce's pitches up there, but there we go. As that's fouled away and it's 0-2. Baseball is back, Mr. Lukey. Baseball's back. Luke's back. All is right in the world today, ladies and gentlemen. All is right in the world today. Did you get that hoop installed? All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch to Florio, and he fouls that one back, and it stays 0-2. Well, tell the boss thank you. You'll have to make sure you test that thing out, Luke, as that's going to be a ground ball. The first baseman grabs it. Jesus covers, and it's a 3-1 putouts. Quick off the mound is Jesus, as he has covered the bag twice very quickly on very, very close plays. I was waiting for you to say something after all the cheerleaders just showed up on screen. I think Nick's favorites are still there. Your second favorite's still here, Mary Kate. All right, Noshiwan steps in. He struck out in his first at-bats. 3 pitches, 3 strikes to Noshiwan, the first strikeout of the season for Jesus. And that is in the dirt. Trying to listen to his song now, Nick. And the 1-0, and that's lifted foul, and it's 1-1. .364 against Jesus, 2 homers, 2 RBIs. Not as good as his old one. And the 1-1 way upstairs, 2-1. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good as his other one. All right, the 2-1, and he fouls that one back, and it's 2-2. He does look like he's lost some weights this offseason too, which is good because, again, most KBO guys do not look like what I would consider baseball players. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be chopped, and it's going to roll right at the base, and he's going to have himself an infield single as he rolls one to the bag, and Hanwha's got their second hit of the day on a squibbler that didn't roll foul. Looked like it was going to roll foul, and then it cut back towards the bat or the playing field, and then kept rolling, hit the bag, and he's on first with a infield single, and that's going to bring up Cheyenne Sung. And that's inside. R1. All right, the 0-1 pitch. And he pops that one up. Right fielder coming in, Rojas under it, grabs it, and that's going to be 2 away. Yeah, I haven't listened to the words yet to it. I can hear it a little bit in the sound, but all right. Hey Zeus, what's his pitch count at now? I think I got to catch this thing up. I missed a couple. Yeah. All right, An Chi Hong steps in. He is 0 for 2 or 0 for 1 on the day. 5-3 ground out. Looks at strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. It's quickly 0-1. pitch number 60 for Jesus. KT, in terms of bullpen, they have one of the best, or they had one of the best last year. They had one of the best closers, too, if the game is close going into the later innings. And the 0-1 fouled away, and it's 0-2. Yeah, but he's 2-out king, but he doesn't have runners in scoring position. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch to An Chi-hong. And that'll be another stolen base. No Shiwan showing off the absolute wheels. Now he's in scoring position. No Shiwan knew what was going on. He knew he needed to get on second in order for Mr. 2-out RBI to do his thing. And the 1-2, swing and a miss, and that's not going to do it. And that is going to be a strikeouts number 5 for Jesus. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-1 KT. Hanwha with their second hit of the day, though. You know, there you go. They got 2 hits now. That's a good thing, right? A little bit better inning there for Jesus. 17 pitches brings him at 63 on the day. Hanwha leaves another one on base. They left 2 on base so far. Hanwha now 1 for 4 with runners on base. We'll see how long Mr. Ponce stays in. The second baseman will be leading things off for KT here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's should be coming back. I think. All right, bottom of the 4th. Ponce still out there. 63 pitches through the first 3 innings. They've had base runners. They have had two base runners in every inning, and that's going to lead things off with the ball. It's 1-0. So he has struggled with command. 18 balls so far, and that's 1-0, and that's 2-0. As he's now 20 pitches have been balls so far today. All righty. The 2-0 pitch to Chun Sung Ho, and that's catches the inside corner, and it's 2-1. So 6-3 ground out in his first at bats. He grounded it up over the second base as that runs inside, and it's 3-1. And that's going to be a chopper. Second baseman An Chi-hong grabs it, flips it over to first, and 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. An Chi-hong showing that he's still got it at age 70. Whoa. And that's way outside. Nobody understands my little quips. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop backhands it, steps, throws, bounces it to first, and Chan Sung scoops it. And that'll be 2 away. That's why they brought him here, to throw it in the dirt to first base to let Chan Sung scoop it up. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Kim Sang-soo. Got rid of it quickly. Solid hop to first. Ponce. I'm going to keep messing up his name. Ponce is fired up with that and just nicks the outside corner, and it's 0-1. First time Hanwha has retired the first 2 batters in an inning, as that misses way upstairs, and it's 1-1. First inning led off with a double, second inning led off with a single, and third inning led off with, or had second and third batters both hit singles, as that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop over, picks it up, scoops, throws, and a 1, 2, 3 inning for Ponce and Hanwha, and we'll go to the 5th. It's 2-1 KT. First 1, 2, 3 inning of the day for Ponce and Hanwha. 10 pitches that inning. Something really, really needs. And Jong Chan will lead things off for the Eagles in the 5th. Elsewhere around the league, LG is just beaten down on Lotte. They're up 7-2. The Kia is up 1-0 against NC. SSG's up 3-2. They were up 3-0 against Doosan, but looks like Doosan's put a couple runs back together, and they've got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Samsung beaten down Kium 8-2, and threatening more, as they've got runners on first and second with only 1 out. So how many home runs has Samsung hit so far today? Only 1 from Kim Han Goon. All right, we're back, top of the 5th here. Jesus still out there, I assume. I'm going to guess. I really do. I tried to make my pick video like I did last year, but unfortunately, I've ran into some technical difficulties. I have Kia winning it all, Samsung second, LG third, KT fourth, Hanwha fifth, Doosan sixth, Lotte seventh, 8th is NC, 9th is SSG, and 10th is Kium, as that is strike 1 to Im Jong Chan on the outside corner. Struck out looking in his first at-bats, and that's a swing and a miss at a pitch that hit the plates, and it's 0-2. Nasty slider. Jesus features basically 4 pitches. I'm sorry, I never even talked about the pitches this year. Fastball most of the time, 41% of the time, 148 average, but he's ramped that up a little bit today, as that's low 139 on that gun. Then he throws a changeup after that, 136 kilometers an hour, about 20% of the time. Then a 2-seam, 15% of the time at 148, and then a slider, 14% of the time at about 132, 133. So the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be chopped foul, and it stays 1-2. I have to work on my vocal lessons in the off season for you guys. Somebody just left because my singing that's outside, and it's 2-2. Local boy, Bokil Dehakio. No, Bokil Go swing and a miss and another strikeout, another strikeout, another strikeout. Once again, he struck out over 2 with 2 strikeouts. And I just, he's not the guy. There's got to be at some point where you realize that he's just not the guy, as that misses low, and it's 1-0 to JJ Hoon. Ito Yoon giving him pointers, saying, hey, if you don't hurry up, they're going to put me in right field, and I'm going to play, as that misses low, and it's 2-0. All right, JJ Hoon, he struck out in his first at-bats. Looking at the 2-0 count here. And that's 3-0, as that's nowhere near the strike zone. 72 pitches now for Jesus. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to get to play. He's going to get to play at the end of the games until somebody gets hurt, and then suddenly he's going to get to play again. Well, he was the outfielder. He was a center fielder for a while. His rookie year, he was a center fielder, had over 100 hits. Yeah. I don't think he has the arm for center field to play the outfield, as that is a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. Yeah. It's the same thing with Kim Tae-yeon. I don't think Kim Tae-yeon has the outfield arm, but Kim Tae-yeon is such a bad defender on the infield, as that's going to be ball 4, and JJ Hoon is going to have a 1-out walk. And I wonder if, like, I never, ever, ever see the, all right, here comes Lee Sang-hyuk to run. Hanwha carrying 3 catchers this season. Basically, if any other catchers get on, they're going to pinch run for him. So I've never seen the KT KT manager not way back in the back corner of the dugout. And the throw way up high. So again, he's got to steal because again, you have the worst catcher behind the plates. 15%. I think he threw out 14.2% of the people last year, as that first pitch is outside. And ball 1. Shimu Jun walked in his first at-bat, stole a base, and then scored a run. As Jesus is sitting at 75 pitches and now. Have to wonder how many he's going to throw in the opening day matchup here. And the 1-0, and that is just touches the bottom of the zone. And it's 1-1. That was not a strike last year, ladies and gentlemen. Again, they lowered the strike zone this year by like a centimeter. I think it was like 0.6% of their height. It's been lowered. But here we go, and it throws over to first as Lee Sang-hyuk walks back into the bag. Lee Sang-hyuk gets his one appearance of the day. He's gonna pinch run. He fakes it, and that's ball 2, 2-1. Not sure the reason why you send him out there, but don't let him steal. As they'll check on him. And he goes, and the ball goes into center field. He's going to have himself a stolen base. Again, my I wish you guys could have seen my video, because this is the exact thing that I said was an issue with KT, is the backstop for KT is awful. So you got a runner on the second base now, Shimu Jun, with a 2-2 count, as that was in there for a strike. And that just misses the bottom of the zone. It must have been a centimeter lower than the last one, as that runs the count full. 3-2 now to Shimu Jun, who's 0 for 0 on the day. Again, walked in his first at bat, came around to score after stealing a base. And the 3-2, and that's a swing and a miss. And 2 outs now, as we'll go back to the top of the lineup. Kim Tae-yeon will try to tie the game up. Kim Tae-yeon has to come up big here. Runner on second. Kim Tae-yeon already has the 1 RBI for Hanwha in his last at-bats back in the 3rd inning, an RBI single with 2 outs. That's going to bring, here he is with an 0-1 count. Jesus now 81 pitches on the day so far. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be lifted into center field. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be it for Hanwha before the break. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 2-1 KT. That's right there is going to be an occurrence all season. The bottom of the lineup, the number 9 hitter for Hanwha has the 5th worst. I'm not sure if it's batting average or OPS or what, but he is the 5th worst current batter in the KBO. The only players that are worse than him are all backups. And most of them are catchers. So you've got a shortstop that is literally one of the worst hitters in the league. And, again, you had a team last year, Hanwha, that was one of the worst in the league offensively. And you went with a defensive first shortstop. I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's why I'm not the manager, because I make smart decisions. All right, so we should be coming back. Maybe. I hope. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. So they're gonna have Kang Baek Ho leading things off. So top or bottom of the 5th here before we go to the break. Kang Baek Ho, the leadoff hitter, getting his 3rd at bat of the day, looks at strike 1 as EJ Wan is back behind the plate. And the 0-1 bounces that, and it's 1-1. Get that changed. All right, the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a liner caught by An Chi-hong as he rolls over and 1 away. Nice catch there. I don't call that a diving catch. I don't. He jumped and then rolled. He didn't dive. It was a great catch. It was a great catch, but I definitely wouldn't call it a diving catch. That's going to bring up Rojas. Rojas 0 for 2 with a couple 4-3 groundouts, and that's ball one. Ancheong is looked good over at seconds. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. And that's low inside at 2-1. And Ponce now 79 pitches on the day. So he was definitely throw as many as Jesus, as he's got to get 2 outs and he's only got 2 pitches to do so. And here comes the 0-2 pitch as EJ Wan is struggling, and here comes a pitch clock violation. And catcher called timeout because he was about to get a pitch clock violation. Ponce has already gotten his 1 warning as Rojas lines that one. Ancheong's not going to be able to get that one, though, as that is going to put runner on first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th as KT continues to hit against Ponce. Hopefully there's no French people listening and be like, oh, God, listen to this American with his horrible French accent. That's going to bring up a Hog-Young Min. Hog-Young Min. Rojas is got to get kind of buttoned up a little bit. Rojas usually has about 3 buttons holding his shirt together, but he's only unbuttoned the top one today. As Hog-Young Min steps in 1 for 2, looks at strike 1, and it's 0-1. Hog-Young Min Hog-Young Min singled in his last at bats, was stranded on the base pass, struck out in his first, and Rojas over at first, not going to steal any bases, and the 0-1 swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Good steal against EJ Wan though, because I will say this: EJ Wan has a lot of troubles holding on to the ball. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that's slapped foul. 152 on the gun, and it'll stay 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be a single as Im Jong Chan picks it up, and Rojas will move up a bag to second. As Hog-Young Min has now got 2 hits in his KT Wiz debut, as Rojas gives Shimu Jun a little pocket tug over there at second base, greets his former teammate. They didn't show it. Come on, cameraman, get your stuff together. As KT or Ponce looks like he'll stay out there. Says manager says, calm down. You know, that always works when you tell someone to calm down. Excellent advice. 84 pitches now in his KBO official KBO debut. He's given up way too many hits, honestly. 7 hits so far, 2 in this inning, 2 in the first inning, 1 in the second inning, 2 in the third inning, 1-2-3 inning last inning. But here he's got runners on first and second with only 1 out. So the same that he had in the third inning, didn't allow any runs in the third though. So Kim Min Hyuk steps in, looks at strike one. Is that? Thank you for the translation. All right, here comes the 0-1, and that's fouled away. 0-2. Kim Min Hyuk already 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI single in his first at bat back in the first inning, a single and stranded on the base pass in the third inning. A single here should score Rojas. Yes, here comes the 0-2 pitch. He sticks the bat out. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. That'll end the inning as Kim Min Hyuk not able to take advantage. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll go to the break. I'll be back in a few. Take a time to get a stretch in. See you in a bit. All right, we should be back. Jesus still out there on the mound. 7 strikeouts so far, sitting at 81 pitches. Moonhyun Bin will lead off the second half of this game as he squares around a bunt, but it's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. right, here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball, but it's foul. And that's strike two, 0-2. I didn't strike him out, Nick, but I'm sure he'll still get a little trip to the Norrie Bong with that inning double play. Not a good throw once again by Shimu Jun, but a good scoop by Chan Sung over at first. They're not going with the pitch com here as the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now. Surprising there, they Jang Sang-woo is giving the signs. He's not using pitchcom here. I don't see pitchcom anywhere on his shin guards. Usually the catcher wears it on his knee, as that's going to be a ground ball right at the second baseman. Picks it up, throws, and one away here in the sixth on the 4-3 ground out. That's going to bring up Florio. Florio 0 for 2 on the day. Wherever Boosted is, or Wizzy, or whichever one, we'll go with Boosted. Wherever Boosted's at, he's probably hoping for some more Florio of what he's been doing so far. 0 for 2 on the day, a 1-3 ground out, and a 3-1 ground out. And that's a strike right down the middle, 149 on the old gun. So, comebacker to Jesus on the first inning, and then a 3-1 ground out that ended up being, both of them pretty close plays. And that's a swing into the mitts, and it's 0-2. 149. All right, sets up way outside. Here comes the slider, and there it goes. Nope, fastball outside. And fouled away, and it's 0-2. Thought they were going to go with the slider. And Florio thought they were going to go with the slider too, as he was way late on that. All right, pitch number 90, and that's going to be another chopper. Second baseman grabs it, quickly throws over, and another 4-3 putouts makes it 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. As Hanwha really hasn't had a lot going offensively. Their one run that they scored was a walk, a stolen base, and then a kind of a little bloop single. Him and O'Grady. All right, Noshiwan steps in, a infield single in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 on the day, and that's ball one way upstairs. No, again in the KBO, they're about 100 pitches is what they want from their foreign arms. So 91 so far for Jesus. I think this will be his last inning, as that's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 now. Jesus has looked pretty good. Again, Hanwha with just 2 hits. One of them was a little bloop over the shortstop's head, and the other was a once where Noshiwan rolled the ball to third base and was able to basically I don't want to say leg out an infield single, because there was no throw. So 2-1 pitch here to Noshiwan, and that is popped up. Left fielder coming in and under it, and that will be 1-2-3 goes Hanwha in the top of the sixth. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 2-1 KT. No offense from Hanwha. No offense from Hanwha. See if Ponce comes back out. KT has left 5 on base. Hanwha has only had 4 base runners. As that should be it for Jesus. He's 12 pitches that inning, 94 total. He is in line for the win in his debut. Again, KT is the last few years has been really good with runner or opening day. Hanwha, on the other hand, the only time they have ever won on opening day, they are the second to last team in terms of winning percentage on opening day. The only team lower than them is SSG, and the last time they won, Hanwha won, was actually against SSG. But even though it was opening day, it was in May. I remember it was Children's Day. It was opening day, and it was Cinco de Mayo, all on one day, back in 2020 of the Corona season, where the opening day was actually the first week of May. And Suffold, really, Suffold has had zero, or not zero, but shutouts the SSG Landers. Well, I guess that's good for you guys. All right, Pak Sang-won now out on the mound for Hanwha. 65 games last year. I'll get that changed real quick like. And that runs inside. And this is the matchup that's, I think, is hilarious. This is the one that cleared the cleared the benches last year. Was this guy and this guy, and that has popped up. Left fielder Kim Tae-yeon over and under it, and one away. On the bench where he belongs. It's set up to have them. For some reason, you're not getting them. Congratulations, Nick. You don't have to watch them today. All right. That's. Oh, wrong button, wrong buttons. I'm hitting wrong buttons. All right. The 2-0 misses way outside, 3-0. All right, and that's finally in there for a strike, right down the old middle. That's weird. I'm hitting them, but you guys maybe just don't have to watch them or something. A little strange, but oh well. As that one is lined right at Kim Tae-yeon, and that's 2 away. And that's upstairs, ball 1. Oh, Pak Sang-won, 9 pitches so far. We've got 2 outs here. Once didn't, pitch bad. He gave up a lot of hits as the 0-2 is in, or sorry, the 1-0 is in there for a strike. So Chun Sung-ho, 0 for 2 on the day, is 6-3 ground out, now 4-3 ground outs. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that is going to be at least a single. That's probably going to be a double as he turns. Im Jong Chan cuts it off, turns around, but he is in to second with a 2-out double from the number 7 hitter in the lineup. And here we go. Bae-jung Dae will step in. All right. And that's outside. 1-0. Bimby, do you have YouTube Premium or whatever? Or YouTube, is it YouTube Premium, I think? All right. So Bae-jung Dae steps in. He had an RBI, a sacrifice fly back in the second inning, a 6-3 ground out in his last at bats, and it looks at strike one, and it's 1-1. Yeah, I manually I manually put them in at the breaks, but I don't know if anybody ever gets them. You know, just like you would if you were watching a regular game. Is that one is fouled away, and it's 1-2. All right, 1-2. Runner on second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, and that hits him. I wonder if the catcher's going to come out and start yelling and screaming at him. That's going to bring up a Kim Sang-soo. He singled. All right, sounds good. Yeah, try to pay for the internet that broadcasts the games, I should say. Yeah, they want me to enter them every single, like every 10 minutes. And I'm like, no. I don't want 10-minute ads all the time. I want them to, just whenever I say, as that's in there for a strike. All right. So runner on first is Bae-jung Dae. Runner on second is Chun Sung-ho. And the batter is Kim Sang-soo. 1 for 2 on the day. And he pops that one foul, and it's 0-2. Yeah, they don't naturally put them in. It's like just every 10 minutes or 6 minutes or 8 minutes they put them in. But I tell them not to. I tell them that I'll put them in when when we have in between innings where you would normally want to put them. Here comes the 0-2, and nope, checks on him and throws it back. And once again, the 0-2 sets way up in the other batter's box and misses badly, but didn't quite miss badly enough, and it's 1-2. Kim Saw-hyun warming up in the Hanwha dugout. He should be coming in next inning. And the 1-2, that's low, ball 2. Now here's exactly what I've talked about so many times, so many years. You have the best uniform. The Pixel uniform makes its appearance. All right, the 2-2, 2 on, 2 outs, 1-2, and a swing and a miss at a pitch that should have been ball 3. And we'll go to the 7th. It's 2-1 KT. massive out. See, like I know I can do this where you're going to get one right now. I think I just made you guys watch one there. Yeah. Well, that's because I like manually went through the YouTube like the actual YouTube thing to make you guys have to watch one. So Kim Min Soo will take over for Jesus. Yeah. So the way it works is you don't. If I make one, you don't actually get one. YouTube has this whole thing where they're like, oh, this person will watch this long without having one. This person will watch this long. Yeah. So even if I put them in, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll actually get one. It just means that I'm saying that this is a good spot for one. Oh, Kim Min Soo will take over. That means Jesus's day is done. So 75 games last year, 81.1 innings, 5.3 with 12 holds, 5.20 ERA, 75 strikeouts, 35 walks, 8 home runs given up, 264 batting average against, and a 1.44 whip for the first reliever for KT. And he will face Cheon Song and looks at strike one right down the middle. All right, Cheon Song, the 0-1, and that's low, 1-1. Cheon Song, 0 for 2 on the day, 1-3 ground out and a fly out to right. And that runs way up and in as he ducks out of the way, and it's 2-1. A Hanwha captain for the second straight year in a row. And that's going to be a single as he lifts it over the second base, and that will be a leadoff single for Hanwha. They will be looking to get to their one run back and save Ponce from getting his first losses. Cheon Sung will be done for the day. He'll get a pinch runner here. We'll see if Won Young Mook takes over and then they move An Chi Hong over to first, or what exactly they're planning on doing here. Iwan Suk will take over on the base pass. And they bunt. Fantastic. You brought in a guy so that you could bunt. Well done. Excellent, excellent job. And he fouls it. Yeah. Yeah. We used to be able to bunt whenever I was young, back before wood was discovered. All right, here comes the 0-1. We learned to bunt from the dinosaurs. All right, here comes the 0-1. And checks over at first. Do. Yeah. And doesn't go, and that's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and now it's 0-2, and you can't bunt, and now you do exactly what you've always done. Yeah, they made some good TV. All right, the 0-2 pitch lifts it into the air. Right fielder Rojas under it, maybe, and that's one away. Wasted pitch on the bunt and one away. You got a pinch runner and the worst catcher in the league, and you don't run. And that's going to bring up Wong Young Mook. Wong Young Mook is going to pinch hit here. It was only a matter of time before Im Jong Chan found himself out of the lineup. Wong Young Mook, 301 last year. And he goes and easily in there. Almost slid past the bag, as that's going to be a stolen base. Third stolen base on the day for Hanwha. And it was a ball. He is so bad behind the plate. And that's going to be a fair ball just inside, as Iwan Suk is going to round second and come home. As Iwan Suk, or Wong Young Mook, is he going to go to third? He's got to go to third. As Wong Young Mook comes up with a big one out pinch hits RBI. He should be on third base, though. Just past the diving, just sneaks it inside. And again, Wong Young Mook coming through. This is again, I don't know why he's not playing. Well, I know why he's playing. Everybody knows why he's playing. As EJ Wan steps in and looks at ball one. EJ Wan getting his first at bat of the day. 239 last year. And that misses outside, and it's 2-0. And that's ball 3-0. Gonna pipe one right down the middle. Wong Young Mook with a big 1 ounce RBI double. They bobbled the ball twice over on the relay. He could be standing at third. And that's right down the middle. Strike one, 3-1. Definitely the well, I guess there's one other game that's decent. What's up? How's it going, Shaq? And a 3-1 in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Runs this count full. 3-2 now. Again, Wong Young Mook over at second can score on a single. Of course. All right, and that's a swing and a miss. And that'll be 2 away. That's going to bring up Shimu Jun, who comes up with another chance to get back at his old team, I should say. Again, he had a runner on second his last at bat and struck out. No, as that's in there for a strike. Hanwha should make the playoffs. I'll say that. So Shimu Jun 0 for 1 on the day, walked, stole a base, scored a run in his first at bats, and then that's going to be fouled away, and it's 0 2. All right, 0 2. And that's going to be a single into the gap. Rojas cuts it off, but Munya comes up with the huge 2 outs RBI double as Wong Young Mook comes around to score, and Hanwha takes the 3-2 lead and changes places once again. The 0-2 pitch, he takes it the other way, and a big time hit from Shimu Jun. Rojas tried to cut it off just to be able to have a play at home, but obviously wasn't able to do that. And that got the ball moved away a little bit. Baejung Dae got it into seconds, but not in time, as Shimu Jun now is hanging out at second base. He's on base for the third time today, and Hanwha is going to bring up Kim Tae-yeon. But I believe we're going to have, are we having a pitching change here? Yeah, we've got a pitching change here. We'll see if you guys get an ad on this one. Hanwha saving all their hits for the latter part of the game. 3 hits this inning. Takes the lead. A single, a stolen base, a double with an RBI, and another double with an RBI, and that's going to bring up Kim Tae-yeon. Who's going to come in? Won Sang-hyun will come in. Big out there. Or not out. No, top of the 7th. Still got a runner on second in Shimu Jun, who can obviously score with a single also. Kim Tae-yeon, the leadoff batter, steps in as he is already 1 for 2 with an RBI in his second at bats. 2 flyouts to center in his other 2 at bats. He will face Won Sang-hyun. And first pitch is right down the middle, strike 1. 22 games last year, 65.1 innings, 2 wins, 5 losses, 1 hold, 7.03 ERA, 59 strikeouts, 33 walks. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Misses outside, 1-1. There you go. All right, the 1-1 runs inside. It's 2-1. All right, the 2-1. And he went around 2-2. The announcers are like, they did not give Rojas a error on that. He was sliding to try to cut it off and wasn't able to cut it off completely, and it got away a little bit, allowed Shimu Jun to make it to second, but they're not going to give him an error on that. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Woo! It hit his. Did it hit him or hit his bat? I think they're gonna check this replay. It looked like it hit his bat. It looked like it, but no, they're gonna say it hit him. Might have glanced off of his back. Yep, and then hit the bat. Kim Dae-yeon has had quite the game. A long fly ball that just hooked foul. He's got himself a hit by a pitch, an RBI single, 2 flyouts, and we've got a pinch hitter here, Chan-ho. And that 286 on the season, last season for Chan-ho. They'll still never start him as that fouls that away, and it's 0-2. He's got to be the most disrespected guy on this team. And that catches the bottom of the zone. It's 1-2. Oh, too many. Yep. All right, the 1-2, low, 2-2. The girl with the sunglasses behind home plate has been having herself a day. I hate to see if something happens in this game. She is going to be the most depressed girl in the world. She's got looks like 4 pitchers of beer in front of her, as that's a swing and a miss. And that'll end the 7th, but Hanwha gets 2 and it takes the lead 3-2. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-2 Hanwha. Leading things off should be Kang Baek-ho. And I believe Kim Seok-hyun will take over on the mound, and we'll have some defensive substitutions here and there. So Kim Seok-hyun should take over for Hanwha. I mean, maybe they'll send Park Sang-won back out. Maybe. I can't imagine that they would do something like that. I can imagine that they would do something like that because it makes no sense. All right, I think we should be just about back bottom of the 7th. I'm still waiting to see if they give me a Kim Seok-hyun out on the mound. Oh, 37 games, 38.1 innings, and that's a ball 1 inside. 1-0. All right, the 1-0 pitch. That is popped up. He was pissed at that, and Florio under it. And 1 away. That's going to bring up Rojas. Rojas singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And that runs inside. 1-0. I assume that there's some more changes defensively. Hanwha stays. Iwan Suk moves to right. Wang Young Mook moves to second. An Chi Hong is replaced by Guan Min, and Pak Sang Wan is placed by Kim So Hyun. So let me try to get this updated a bit. So I'll do my best. Hanwha stays in at DH. Iwan Suk, as that's going to be a chopper. Kim So Hyun picks it up, throws to first, and not in time. Ooh, in time. Ooh. Just beats it out. The 1-3 put out and a 2 away. I thought he beat it out. A check swing. He had to drop the bats. Yeah, I think he got him. Not good defense there by Wang Guangmin. All right, here comes the pitch. First pitch is in there for a strike 2. Hog Young Min, 158 on the gun. They're yelling and cheering and Suwon as the pitch speed is being flashed up on the board, and that's misses 158. He was just trying to throw hard there again. All right, let's see if I can get this fixed and situated. And that's going to be a single right in front of Kim Tae-yeon, and Hog Young Min is on base for the 3rd time today. His 3rd hit of the day, all singles, and that'll bring up Kim Min-hyuk. Instant replay. I don't know about instant replay. All right. Let's see. Iwan Suk is now in right field. And that's Mrs. Lowe. 1-0. Let's see what else we get. Wang Min takes over at there. And fouled away. Wang Min takes over at space. And Wang Young Mook will take over at second base. All right, I think our all sets is he lifts that one. Going back, Kim Tae-yeon turns around and is under it. Down they go. They get a single, but it's not enough, and they leave more runners on base. We'll go to the 8th inning. It's 3-2 Hanwha. Oh, they've been getting plenty of hits, but just nothing to go with it. Leading things off will be Florio. Looking for his first hit. Actually, looking for the first time to hit the ball out of the infield is what Florio is looking for. He's 0 for 3 on the day. So should have I imagine, another pitcher for KT. Looks like Oh Yoon Suk is actually taken over at second base too. Yoon Suk takes over there. And we'll see if we get a new pitcher here. Nothing announced yet. We'll see. All right, so top of the 8th. Big inning here. And he's still out there. Florio looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. So Florio, again, 0 for 3 on the day. A 1-3 ground out, a 3-1 ground out, and a 4-3 ground out. And here comes the cheer, as that's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The girl behind is enjoying those 4 pitchers of beer. I should say the 4 pitchers of adult sodas. I don't want to get canceled on YouTube. And the 0-2 misses low, and it's 1-2. Oh, Won Song-hyun got out of the inning last inning. 8th inning here. And that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman steps on the bag, and he goes 0 for 4 on the day. The game's not over yet, but if it is, that is not a good day for Florio and his Hanwha debut. And Boosted is enjoying his day. Yeah, but was it a double? Like both of them? Both or none? All right, No Shiwan steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He did go around on that. Oh, he did not. Wow. I definitely thought he went around on that one. But I guess I don't have quite the eyes that the umpires have. And I'm a little farther away. All right. So No Shiwan struck out in his first at-bat, single, and stole a base in his second. Looks at ball 2 there, and it's 2-0. And then flew out to left in his last at-bat. All right, to the 2-0. Way outside, 3-0. Have to think that he is just going to sit there and take this next pitch. All right, the 3-0. That is swings, lifts it. It's going back, and goodbye. Home run, No Shiwan, as he puts Hanwha up 4-2. That was crushed. The KT Wiz fan has himself a souvenir. Trying to pipe a 3-0 fastball down the middle, and it is still did not meet the catcher's mitts, as absolutely crushed. And Hanwha's got themselves a 4-2 lead, and we'll have a pitching change, I assume. Yeah, he leaned on that. He was all on that back leg. Oh, we'll have another pitching change here. We'll see. I'll be right back. Yeah, I would say Hanwha has probably one of the best closers actually in the game. As Iwan Suk looks at his first pitch, and that's way upstairs. So Son Dong-hyun will take over on the mound for KT. And that is lifted, and that's going to roll, go, but Bae Jung-dae under it and one away. He gave it a ride, but didn't pay for the full fare, and it's 2 away. And that brings up Guang Min, his first at bat of the day. I think I got the pitchers correct now. And it looks it's a ball 2-0. Son Dong-hyun. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's 271 last year. He only played in a few games, 4 home runs in those few games, though. And that's in the dirt. And it's 3-0. See if they pipe another 3-0 fastball down the middle, because he will definitely give it a ride. They tried it, but fouled away. Keep trying to pipe that fastball down there. All right, the 3-1 pitch. Guang Min looking for his first at bat and looks at strike 2 in the middle and runs the count full. Hanwha has not fared well for full counts. They've had 4 full counts already today. 1 single, a fly out, and 2 strikeouts. And here comes the 3-2 pitch, and he pops it up. Catcher throws off the mask. Plenty of room under it, and that will be outs number 3 in the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Hanwha adds 1 and moves it up to 4-2, and KT's down to their last 6 outs. Big time Hanwha coming through. It'll be interesting to see who Hanwha goes with here in the 9th. Are they going to go with let's see, Han Sung-hyuk, I guess? They've got to go with Han Sung-hyuk, right? But they've got 2 other guys. Oh, yeah, the girl behind home plate, she is enjoying everything. They're going to go with Han Sung-hyuk. Han Sung-hyuk ran into some issues towards the end of the season last year. We'll see if he's corrected them here. I was wondering how they were going to approach this, because really the only other guys they have on or in the bullpen are guys that have never pitched in a game before. So they'll go Han Sung-hyuk 8th, and then they will go Ju-hyun Song in the 9th. So we'll see how that goes. Ba, ba, ba. Leading things off for KT is going to be the 5th hitter, the catcher, Jang Sung. It was crushed. Like, that was a home run everywhere. All right. Jang Sung-woo, who's over 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout to left on his day, will look for his first hit as, again, KT down to their final 6 outs. And that's first pitch, and that's going to be a 5-3 ground out. And 1 pitch, 1 out, just the way you drew it up in the dugout. And Moon Sang Cho will make his way out. So Han Sung Hyuk, 70 games last year, 62.2 innings, 5 wins, 5 losses, 19 holds, 5.03 ERA, 64 strikeouts, 44 walks, 2 home runs given up, 264 batting average against, and 1.61 whip. Man, I have to start my job as an auctioneer after this season. And runs way inside. Moon Sang Cho walked in his first at bat, scored a run, then flew out to right in his second at bat, and flew out to left in his third at bats. 0 for 2 on the day. And the 1-0 misses badly, and it's 2-0. How did Nail pitch? Nail pitch only 5 innings, only threw 66 pitches. As that is nowhere near the strike zone again, and it's 3-0. Logan pitched well for NC. All right, the 3-0, and that's in there for a strike. 3-1, another get me over fastball. Oh, 3 decent games. 2 games are just absolute thumpings, but yeah. All right, here comes the 3-1 pitch. Pitch number 6 of the inning for Han Sung-hyuk, and that's going to be a ground ball off of his glove, and that causes it to bounce into right field, and he'll be on base as they are trying to keep things going. As they'll have a pinch runner here as Moon Sang Cho. Again, off Han Sung-hyuk's glove, and then that caused Wang Young-mook to not be able to make the play as it hit off his glove and went the opposite direction of Wang Young-mook. I don't know if he would have made the play anyway, but nonetheless, and we've got a first pitch in there for a strike as Oh Yoon-suk gets his very first at-bat of the day. And that's fouled away as he was on the run there, and it's 0-2. Trying to see who is running here. Haven't told me yet. So Yoon Jun Hyuk is on the base pass for Moon Sang Cho. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And outside, he checks over on it first, but doesn't throw it, and it's 1-2. Jun Hyuk over on the base pass, and that's ball 2, 2-2. Yoon Jun Hyuk didn't attempt any stolen bases last year, only played in 13 games. No attempted stolen bases, so yeah. And that's a throw over to first. Lee Tae-yong and Jung Woo-ju, the second pick in the draft last year, warming up for Hanwha in the bullpen. And the 2-2 he goes, and that's fouled away. And stays 2-2. This game is getting interesting. Oh Yoon Suk 293 last year as they check over at first, and he's in there safely. Making sure to slide in, get the uniform dirty, let everybody know that you played today. Yeah, and especially with that team. All right, the 2-2, and that he goes safe. As he struck him out, but not a throw him out, and that'll be 2 away. He gets his first strikeout, but now you got a runner on a second base. And Baejung Dae. And that is lifted. Right fielder going back and grabs it. That'll be 3 away as they are not able to take advantage of the single. And we'll go to the 9th. It's Hanwha up 4-2. I'm gonna guess that Ju-hyun Song is gonna come in to pitch the bottom of the 9th for Hanwha. KT is out hit Hanwha 10-6. We'll see who. Obviously, be some changes here and there for the defensives. Again, Yoon Jun Hyuk. I know he's an infielder, but I don't know where he plays on the infield. Looks like our good boy, Mr. Wong, will take over at first base. And coming in to pitch is Yu Min. Ladies, he's single. All right. I think I've got everything fixed and ready. We'll see. Push my button. All right. Yu Min, 45 games, 43.1 innings, 4 wins, 1 loss, 4 holds, 1 save, 2.49 ERA, 39 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 home run given up, 272 batting average against, and a 1.13 whip. Leading things off for Hanwha is gonna be Mr. Mookie himself, the better. And 0-1, and he lifts that one. Left fielder moving back under it, and 1 away. That's going to bring up EJ1. Wong Jae-gyun takes over at first base. Again, he doesn't really have a position anymore. They tried to put him at shorts. They tried to put him at second. They tried to put him at first. They tried to put him at left. They tried to put him at right, and he was not very good at any of those. As EJ1 looks at strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. Oh, you mean the side armor? She is just drinking straight from the bottle, ladies and gentlemen. She's not messing around, as that's fouled straight back. And it's 0-2. She is enjoying life, ladies and gentlemen. Someone get her own show. I need to start finding these fans and having making videos with these fans. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And misses inside. 1-2. All right. The 1-2. And that's outside. 2-2. He tried to get him in there with the first one. Shedong Hwan warming up in the bullpen. And Ju Hyun Song should be coming in to close out the game for Hanwha. And that misses outside. 3-2. Goes from an 0-2 to a 3-2 count. And EJ Wan has got himself a second full count of his day. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out with a full count in his first at bat back in the 7th. He's got himself a full count here in the 9th. And he lifts that one, but foul, making sure that all the KT fans leave happy with souvenirs. All right, here comes the full count once again. EJ Wan 0 for 1 on the day. And that is ripped foul. Is that ball boy will have to make his way out onto the field, halfway across the field. We should be back in about 12 minutes after the game, after he gets back to his seat. Ride the storm. What a slogan. All right, the 3-2. As that's going to be a ground ball. Hog Young Min picks it up, throws across the diamond, and 2 away. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Shimu Jun. A big RBI double in his last at-bat. He's walked, he's stolen a base, he's scored a run, he's had a double, he's got an RBI. The RBI that's put Hanwha up. He's currently hit the game winner if the score stands, as he looks at strike one on the outside. And it's 0-1. A 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, an RBI, a run scored, and played pretty solid defense. And the 0-1, and that's outside, 1-1. Da-da-da-da. Why does that pitch clock look so bad? Somebody had to hit it with a ball, as that's fouled away, and it's 1-2 now. All right, here comes the pitch. 1-2, and that's fouled away. Stays 1-2. Uh-oh. Sorry, the TV just started because somehow my AirPods died. All right, that's okay. I'm back. Can't have you guys listen into the game. I get kicked off of the internets for that as he files that one away and it stays 2-2. And that's going to be a slow roller. Short, third baseman grabs it, flips, and that'll be out number 3. 1-2-3 goes Hanwha, but they're up 4-2, and we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. It's down to the final 3 outs for KT. Ba, ba, ba. Eh. 우리? 아니요, 제가 야구하지 않아요. 아마 한화 이겨요. Yeah, gotta get through the 9-1-2. That's all right. All right. So again, Ju Hyun Song should, yeah, be coming in. All right. Ju Hyun Song out on the mound, 65 games last year, 71 and 1/3 inning, 8 wins, 4 losses, 2 holds, 23 saves, 2.65 ERA. Really just he pitched really well all year. That's all you can really say. We will face Kim Sang-soo, who's 1-for-3 and looks at ball 1 on the outside. So Ju Hyun Song, again, a former shortstop turned closer. So it'll be Kim Sang-soo, Kang Baek-ho, and Rojas as they look to try to keep this game alive, and that misses low, and it's 2-0. I did not see how Ju Hyun Song pitched in the spring. I think I saw him in one game, but they had like a 4-run lead, and he still came in like one of the first games of as that is in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 2-1. All right, the 2-1, and that is absolutely lifted, and that will be a souvenir. Goodbye. And it is a 1-run game, ladies and gentlemen. The number 9 hitter coming through in the 9th inning, and it's 4-3. Big time home run, as that will break the lineup over to the top, and they're down by 1. The Hanwha fans, and the little girl gets herself a baseball, not the one she probably wants, but Shimu Jun's replacements, not really replacements. He played more games than Shimu Jun, but comes through with a no outs Bottom of the ninth. And that was deep. 4-3 now. Kangbae-ko leads off the final charge for KT. I said in my yeah, that dude, like that would, as that misses low, and it's yeah, rough opening day for you, man. Rough opening day for you. All right, the 1-0, and that misses low. 2-0. I recorded my preview video, and one of the things I mentioned was Hanwha hasn't had consecutive closers since ESPN was broadcasting KBO. No, does it sound better though? Same mic. All right, here goes, and Kangbae-ko swings and falls down. They added a, so I've always had stuff added to the mic, but they added a thing kind of that cuts out background noise and kind of isolates my voice more than it did before. So hopefully it sounds better. But here comes the 2-1 pitch to Kangbae-ko, and that runs inside. Ball 3. This game is getting there. The wind is a-blowing as the magic flag is blowing hard in the wind. All right, here comes the 3-1. That is ripped right back up the middle. Florio will go over, cut it off, spin around as Kangbae-ko is going to have himself a single. The tying run is on board. The winning run is now at the plate. In last year's second in MVP voting, Rojas up to bat. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, why did James only pitch? Why did he only throw 66 pitches? He didn't get hurt, did he? All right. Okay. Yeah, he only threw 5 innings, 66 pitches, and then came out, and then Gwakdo Gu ended up giving up 2 runs in the lead. All right, Rojas steps in and looks at ball 1 outside. Maybe they're just saving him, I guess, or I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not. It wasn't like it was a 6-1 game. It was a 1-0 game at the time. As Kangbae-ko is going to come out of the game, they're going to put some more speed. You'll have to let me know. All right. The 1-0 pitch. And that's outside. 2-0. Oh, really? I didn't see about that. There's been a lot of injuries in this offseason. All right, so the 2-0 pitch to Rojas. That misses low. 3-0. Rojas 1 for 2 on the day, or 1 for 3 on the day. That is not good. All right, the 3-0 pitch. Are they going to pipe one down the middle? They do, but he lays off of it, and it's 3-1. Oh, Rojas, again, looking for his second hit of the day. Kangbae-ko is out, and In-chi Young is over at first base now, have a little bit more speed. Kangbae-ko isn't exactly slow, by any means, and that is fouled straight back, runs the count full. 3-2 now. This is baseball, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like it's March Madness. I feel like it's March Madness. All right, we've got ourselves a 3-2 count, tying run on first, game-winning run at the plate. All purple and mint and fuchsia and pink. Rojas looks like is got into it with a bunch of kids in a paint store. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he goes to second, and he is out by 3 miles. That is wow. Wow. 3-2, strike him out, throw him out, double play. Wow. Again, I said earlier, Rojas struggles. He does strike out a lot with 115 strikeouts last year. I mean, it wasn't even close at second, and EJ Wan is not a good defender, as that is right down the middle to Hog Young Min. Hog Young Min, 3 for 4 on the day, 3 singles. As Rojas swung at ball 4, and Hog Young Min looks at ball 1 low. Ji-Hyun Sang up to 17 pitches already, as this game is getting itself very KBO-ish. Pinch running and getting thrown out. And the 1-1, and that lifted, and that's going to be outs number 3, as that, ladies and gentlemen, will be a Hanwha winner. They hold on to win, as they finally win an opening day in May, or in March. And yeah, what a game. What's a game, ladies and gentlemen. KT out hits Hanwha 12-6, but loses 4-3. And Ponce didn't pitch great, gave up some hits, gave up some runs, but the bench guys came through. The bench guys came through again. Wang Young Mook with the pinch hits, RBI that's ended up tying the game. Then Shimu Jun gets a RBI single to put Hanwha ahead 3-2 at the time. No Shiwan with a big home run late. And once again, there's 4 managers in this league that I think wouldn't be able to manage in the U.S. at all. They both were in this game, and one of them made a very, very questionable decision at the end of the game. Rojas is a guy who strikes out a lot. Again, he had 115 strikeouts last year, and Ji-Hyun Sang is a guy that strikes a lot of guys out and throws a lot of strikes. Running on that 3-2 pitch just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So yeah, Hanwha gets the win. 4-3. They win their first. Again, the last time that I know that they won an opening day game was on May 5th. Back in 2020 was the last time that they won a game to open the season. So even though it was in May, it was still the opening day. I just don't. I don't know. Hanwha didn't hit well against Jesus again. To Jesus, Hanwha really, really, really struggles against left-handers, and they struggled against left-handers again today. They had 2 hits against De Jesus. One was a bloop over the shortstop head, and the other was a swunt by No Shiwan that just kept rolling to the bag. So against their starter, not good. They did get to that bullpen. The bullpen was pretty good last year, at least the very back end of the bullpen. They ran into some issues here. So, yeah, I mean, Hanwha gets the win. They get big outputs from Shimu Jun, who, came through when it really mattered. He couple times he was up that he had chances to do stuff, but he didn't. But he did come through one of them with that RBI double that put them ahead. No Shiwan added the solo home run that was absolutely crushed. And then Ju Hyun Song ran into some problems. Again, I am a little concerned with him because he was really good last year, but when the season was ending, he was not what he was at the beginning of the season or the middle of the season. And then on top of that, I talked about this earlier. Hanwha hasn't had the same closer since ESPN was broadcasting the KBO. Every year they have another guy that has to be the closer. And Park Sang-won was a closer for a while. Kang Jae-min was a closer for a while. Jung Gu-ram was a closer for a while. They've had different closers constantly. Kim Bum-soo ended up closing a bit. So they've had a bunch of different closers and not the same for 2 years in a row. So it is a concern for Hanwha. What are they going to do as far as closer, and can he be a closer for a second straight year? Didn't look good today. Lots of balls, and then gave up the solo shot to Kim Sang-soo. But Hanwha gets the win. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be doing the Lotte and LG game. Again, starts at 2 o'clock. So same time, same place. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time.